New York's finest 017 for 20 says, "Good evening, everyone. To celebrate the failure of both Snow White and Assassin's Creed Shadows, I request this song to be played for the crying weirdos." And let me pull that up for him.
It's Two Live Crew.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth is scalding, and now you are molding and coping.
Well done.
Coping so hard. Coping and seething.
And they are.
Y'all are so creative, man. You're so creative when you want to be petty. I love that.
I do too.
Leads to genius.
I love seeing Snow White go down. I really do. They deserve it for everything that's happened with that movie, with the way Rachel Zegler has acted.
Well, I think it's even more poignant.
People keep saying like, people keep blaming her for the failure of the film. Here's the thing. Yes, the movie is shit, even if she didn't act up in the media, right? If she didn't act the fool and say all these stupid shit she said in the media, it would still be a bad movie.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
But it had so much controversy before all of her opening her mouth.
The problem is, though, her words didn't help.
Yeah, it didn't help. To say she wasn't a factor is she absolutely was a
Dinklage
factor.
was a factor.
Was she the complete factor? No, though it was a combination of all kinds of problems.
And people are just tired of this shit too, on top of it all. And I think it's most poignant that a Christian film and a man's movie are kicking its ass right now, right? Like two of the most.
I saw that. I didn't even know The Chosen, and that's like a limited theater event.
That's controversy.
That's a Fathom movie.
That's a Fathom movie event from the people, the Angel Studios, right? Like this show is huge, I guess. So this is basically a show about
The Chosen. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah,
massive
huge.
audience.
Well, the problem for Snow White started with the original casting. Like the issues for Snow White started with Rachel Zegler being cast as Snow White because her skin is not as white as snow. That was the initial controversy. Then we had the dwarves, right? And we had Peter Dinklage is what he said and everything with the dwarves. And then we get the CGI dwarves. And then there was a bit of the misunderstanding with the bandits and the dwarves and all of that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's seven bandits, seven dwarves, a lot of sevens.
That's what I heard about it. And Dinklage effed over everybody.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
He's the only dwarf allowed to work.
But even you're talking about feudal Germany.
That sword ladder down.
You're talking about feudal Germany and you look at the bandits and they're so diverse and, amazing and all of that kind of thing. So, like, there was controversy. This is just going off what Verbal was saying just before. There was controversy before Rachel opened her mouth about all the issues, the problems that she had with the 1937 movie and all of the shit that came out. So, yeah, I think that the box office is horrible for this and what she said didn't help. But in all honesty, I don't think if she hadn't have opened her mouth and she had have just promoted the movie the way that she was supposed to promote the movie, I don't think it wouldn't have changed much.
No, it shouldn't exist, period. And everybody's right who's blaming Disney at the end of the day. Who's really to blame? Disney.
But also,
Disney is the one to blame.
There's circumstance too, right? Because no one expected like 2 years ago when they started making this that all of a sudden in 2025 the left would just hate Jews all of a sudden. So I mean, like there's that too. I mean,
that's a big part of it. Like I think a
lot of people didn't watch this because of Gal Gadot being.
Oh
Israeli.
yeah, that absolutely was part of it. And it was she didn't even say anything, but it doesn't matter.
My observation from the mainstream audience is they heard more about the Peter Dinklage crap than they still heard about like the Rachel Zegler stuff. Because that's the funny thing is going into the movie, the media and everybody were totally trying to throw Gal Gadot under the bus, and then by the end of this last weekend here in the beginning of this week, they were all ready to throw Rachel Zegler under the bus. So there was a major shift over that first weekend that went from no, we need to protect Rachel, we need to protect this movie, to Rachel, she's the problem. So like, because you had the one dude who was the son of the producer of the film come out and confirm that shit, and all the stories that came out that have confirmed everything we've heard. And the only thing that I learned in that story that we hadn't already heard from everybody here and other places like WW Pro and stuff like that was basically that Gal Gadot had to have security for her family. I'm like, are you serious over this bitch? That's what really made me go, oh, wow, that had reached a new level of crazy. So I can understand the reaction that they had to this whole situation. And it's about time they woke up. It's just sad that the hypocrisy is, involved with Gina Carano and that whole situation, which is funny because it's just going to help her case.
But I love the logic of them saying, "Oh, we support Rachel, but because Gal Gadot's in the film, we're not going to watch the movie." I'm like, so how are you supporting her then? Right? Like, supporting her would be going to watch the movie that she's in, that you guys are praising her for.
Dude,
I don't think it would have mattered.
argument.
I don't think it would have mattered too much until Rachel Zegler is the one that dragged it into a geopolitical front. She's the one that dragged it in there, not Gal Gadot. Rachel's the one that was attaching Palestine to the movie when she promoted it.
Well, not only that,
it's the same argument as Tesla, right? Oh, climate, Elon Musk buy electric cars. Oh, Elon.
Well, they don't care about climate.
Like,
Obviously, that was always a grift because they're trashing the number one climate fixing car.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
the people that they're making the movie for were never going to go see it in the first place, and the numbers show that, right? The only people who went to see this last weekend were mostly red states and Christians. Why? Because those people have kids. Like I said Monday on Toxic Femme. Guess what? Cats don't go see movies. So cat ladies are not going to be taking their kids to go see movies because they don't have any. That's why. And once they start to realize that they're making movies for people who have kids, then maybe they'll start to think better. Because that's what this movie was made for. It was made for the wicked crowd that was never going to show up for it. Never. Because they don't give a shit.
Nick Spurlock for 20. Disney deserves every bit of this embarrassment. Will they learn from it? Doubt it. But if they want to keep wasting money, fine by me. I think there is some turn coming from Disney. That Lilo and Stitch movie is going to make $1 billion.
That's going to do very, very well, actually.
Yeah,
but as far as Disney changing their ways, I'm not so convinced anymore. I was kind of saying that they were going to do it, but I've been hearing a lot of things that they're going to stick to this DEI stuff no matter what, and it is what it is. They're going to keep doing it.
And then you know what? 10 cents going to buy them. Just like
Ubisoft.
They got a lot of money to run out of.
Be wrong.
It's going to be a long time till they go broke.
They're hoping that they can just hold up.
They got too many assets, man.
They're hoping that they can just hold up over the next 4 years while Trump is in office, and hopefully they'll win the next election and things will go back to the way they want it to be.
Yeah,
no, they're begging Trump to save their ass now. Didn't you know that, Rhino? That's what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
They're begging him to help save him. Yeah.
Hey, Taffney M gifted a membership. Thank you. And Gigabear became a member. Thank you.
Have you seen where the total box office for Snow White is at? It's only just crossed the six-figure mark.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's deader than dead.
But here's the thing: they knew this though. Like Disney knew that they were going to lose money on this.
I just can't believe that international number.
Yeah, it's low. It's bad, man.
It's just like the Little Mermaid.
I always find this comical because, like with the Little Mermaid, as much as they want to like trash America, it turns out the world is much more racist than America.
That's what I was saying. Is that the people who actually went to see it were the people,
especially Asia.
How's that? The Friday, it's up by 104%, but it's still only
China. Turns out China doesn't like Snow Brown.
not at all.
How funny is that?
Well, did you guys see the Japanese voice actress for Snow White and how she dressed up like Snow White? She looks way more like Snow White than Rachel Zegler.
She does.
Damn. That would have at least made more sense.
That's great.
She looked good too. They should have cast her in the movie.
I know. No, if they would have just done Snow White with like an all Asian cast and her Snow White, it would have done way better.
If they speak Japanese, I would watch it.
Yeah, if they'd done like a.
Here, I'm putting it in the private chat, Flash.
What's that?
You shared the theater seating reservations 2 weeks ago on FlashCast.
We all were, but I think I started. Yeah, but she started it. Well, who shared? Did you share the one that was at Disneyland? That was the one I think that was most telling. Or who shared that one?
Oh, there's none. Disney destroyed their theater, so there's no more theaters here. I'll show one. I just did it last night because I was like, should I take my baby to the movie theater so I can do a review of this here?
She looks great.
Holy shit!
Wait, what? Hell yeah, let's do that.
I should have cast her.
I know. And
Wow.
taking that's just a that's not like a movie dress. That's just a dress that she had made for this red carpet event.
Just
Which
make the
looks way
huntsman a
better.
samurai. Just make the huntsman a samurai and shit. Give it like a
That
cultural
would be
spin.
She
so
could be-
cool.
She
You can
could
have
be.
Yasuke as a samurai.
She could be white passing.
There we go.
Oh, for
She
sure.
could be. She could be white passing. She would work.
Well, no, this would make sense if it was just an all Asian cast and took place in like rural Japan.
Yeah.
Because it's like a status thing if your skin is really, really pale, right? So like just
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
get the
Yeah,
brown
like, even-
Asians and then she'll be the white Asian.
You know that's
Because
why-
the
You know
way
that's
that-
why they cast Pedro Pascal and everything. It's because he's
Yeah.
kind of white passing. So then they can cast a.
But he's also
they
not
can-
white.
Well,
in
I
Asia,
know
there's
he's
a-
not, but they could still have they can champion diversity, and then say, well, you know,
You know,
That's
I gotta
exactly why
say,
he's-
as tired as I am of Pedro, man, he is in the best movie coming out in 2 weeks, and he does a damn good job. I didn't even want to give him that kind of credit, but
Oh, he
you
can
got-
act.
keep your
Yeah,
eyes out. Keep
he's a
an
good
eye out
actor.
for Freaky Tales. It's a great film, and I got to give the devil his due. He does a great job in it.
You know, the
You know,
reason
you-
why pale skin is like in Asia is because if you were tanned, that means you were working out
work.
in the fields
Right.
and
Yeah.
you were not upper class, you were not nobility. That's where that comes from.
Mhm.
You know, the thing that I noticed with these
yeah,
pictures
but over here
is
they like
the
tan.
dress on her looks like feminine. It's almost like got this corset kind of waist thing going on and everything. And then you look at the costume that they've made for Rachel Zegler, and it's like, oh my god, what did they do? Well,
It
they
looks
can't
like
even
they
do
put
costumes
binders on her
right.
to get rid of her boobs for
They
Rachel.
can't even do- yeah. They can't even
Well,
do
it's like I
costumes
said,
right.
like her and Gal both look like drag queens in the film.
Mm.
No, they do.
Wow.
Whoa,
Here,
hold on. We got some big super chats. First one, Sig Valditson for 20. What is the opinion on the day the Earth blew up? A Looney Tunes movie. Thanks, panel. I haven't seen. Is that the one
I
with
heard
Oh, it's
good
in
things
theaters
about it.
right
the
now.
Daffy Duck as a astronaut?
Yes.
I've seen that a long time ago.
No. This
That's
is
fine.
brand new. This is
Oh,
brand
this is
new.
Yeah, it's in
new?
theaters right now.
This is what they've been talking about for a while. It came out. Ketchup Entertainment released it.
Oh,
They bought it from
Oh,
Warner
I haven't
Brothers.
seen it.
Yeah,
I heard it's very good.
what I've seen of it was okay. I don't know. I've heard mixed on both sides of it.
What streaming service is it on?
It's not
It's
on
in
any.
theaters.
Oh,
theaters.
it's in theaters. How's it doing?
Yeah.
Not good.
not
Nobody
great.
knows about it. I
Yeah,
only
I
found
didn't
out
even know about it.
I was checking for this one.
I didn't even know about it till you just brought this up, Sid.
Actually, it was like the big talk of the last couple of weeks because now that Ketchup Entertainment's looking at buying in on Coyote versus Acme. But
well, when it
we
comes
did a
out,
video on it.
I'll watch it with my kid when it comes out. Probably.
It's supposed to be
you.
on Blu-ray on May 27th, I think.
I don't know if I'm gonna buy the Blu-ray, but I'll watch it when it's.
Yeah,
on
I don't
streaming.
know what the distribution is on it. I think it might end up on HBO Max eventually because from what it looks like, Warner Brothers doesn't have the theatrical distribution. That's what Ketchup bought. But they do have video distribution. That's where it's coming out on. They're putting it out on video. So my guess is it'll be on HBO Max still. I don't know.
Okay.
It was originally meant to be an HBO Max movie, but they were going to write it off for the tax.
Yeah, it seems like Warner Brothers hates Looney Tunes now.
I don't.
They're
that-
tearing down the Looney
That's old
Tunes
news.
building.
They tore
They're
that
doing all
down a
kinds of
while
stupid
ago.
shit. They even canceled the Hogwarts Legacy Definitive Edition thing. Like they're just
There's a lot of
it
shit
was like a whole
going on.
expansion stuff. I don't know, man.
That I don't understand, but like the Looney Tunes, I think that has more to do with the new person who took over for animation was killing all these old projects, just like Gunn is killing all these old DC projects, right? So all these new people, that's typical of somebody when they come in and take over. So, but everybody's trying to hang it on Zaslav and make it sound like he's destroying the Looney Tunes, when no, they didn't pull him off of HBO Max forever. They're licensing him out to Tubi. I don't think they're going to sell them, although there are rumors going around that they're talking about selling the Looney Tunes. But I'm like, who would want to buy them? Because most of them are going to be going in the public domain in the next 10 years. So
Is that
like,
true, Tom?
what? I'm not in love with him, but I have inside tracks.
Because I got
to him.
news for you.
It means
know.
you're gay. Hey, Hypnotic Raid, thank you.
I don't
I'm
have to
guessing
ask
Smash
him
will be his
permission to stay
Hey.
on this stream at least. Like some people we
Yeah.
Real quick, we got a big John Brendan Mountjoy for $49.99. Love your
$49.
content. Well, I love you, John.
That's
Thank
a
you.
fan.
I
Thank
got
you, John.
news for you.
It's okay. I'm gay for John.
Yep.
I'm cheap
I'd
date
go gay for that Snow White.
for this
Well,
woman.
you don't need to go gay for her.
I
Then
know,
you would
that's
just
the
be
beauty of
straight.
it. Yeah, I know.
You'd just be straight.
You'd have to go gay for Rachel Zegler, Snow White.
There you go.